This evening, I am the secretary for the Libertarian Party of Miami-Dade County, and I am also the fundraising director for the Libertarian Party of Florida. So if you come to me and say hello, make sure you have your wallet out. So this evening, we're going to get to know some of our elected officials across Miami-Dade County, and this town hall, we're here to introduce you to your Libertarian Party, and for those of you who are NPA or belong to a major party, we're going to share some of our views with you, and we have no doubt a contentious 2020 election season coming up on us, and it is nice to know that we do have a third option in the Libertarian Party, which is the third largest party in the United States. So this evening joining us, we have all the way to my right and your left, Dennis Misigoy, who is a member of the CDD at the Enclave of Black Point. Come on, give him a round of applause. And the lovely young lady next to him is Courtney Omega. She currently serves on the Coconut Grove Village Council. And sitting next to Courtney is Martha Bueno. She's part of Community Council 11 in West Kendall in Horse Country. And last but not least, Marialexandra Garcia. And she is in the CDD. I'm sorry, tell me your CDD again.
It's Islands of Doral.
Islands of Doral. I knew it was in Doral. I'm sorry. So give her a big round of applause. So this evening I'm going to ask some questions to them, but more importantly, you get to ask some questions. So we're going to start off with a question that everyone will answer, and then I'm going to just kind of pick some questions that you may be interested in. I'll pick a different official to answer, and then after that we will have a time where you can walk up to the mic and ask whatever question you like. And please, we're going to ask you, it's not a debate, but keep it around 3 minutes to your answers. If you have something more, I'm not going to turn off the mic or anything like that. And also, if you have some questions that are two-part, ask them all at once, and then have a seat and listen to the answer. And try to keep your questions less than a minute up on the mic, just so we can get as much information out there as we go throughout the evening. So, we will start left to right. So with Mr. Misigoy, and we'll just go right down the line with the first question. Very simple. What is the proper role of government? Please push the top.
Thanks, Mark. This is, I think, one of the things that's really at the core of the Libertarian philosophy, and it's that the role of government really should be something very, very narrow and constrained, and it specifically is to uphold and defend the individual rights to life, liberty, and property. Everything when you go beyond that is where you start going into violating those rights. Every other step that you take necessarily leads to some other trouble. We see it in an abundance in a lot of the things that our government does today. If that function was reduced back to that core principle of defending individual liberty, you could, I want to say avoid, I'd say you would stop creating a large number of the problems we have. I think one of the mistakes that's made very often is thinking that, particularly in the day and age that we live in when government has grown so much and gotten so big, is the idea that there are certain things good that people may say, well, this is something good that government does. The idea that if government doesn't do it, it just won't happen, which is, I think, a bit misguided. If something is worth doing, people will do it voluntarily, if people truly put that value on it. Whereas if people don't actually put that value on it, it probably shouldn't be done. And another angle to really look at this and to get at this core idea is the fact that what power can we vest in the government, but the power that we actually have. I don't have the authority to tell you what you can consume, put in your body, what kind of job you can do, what kind of work what kind of work you're allowed to do, what kind of wage you're allowed to accept. So if I don't have that power as an individual, how can I pass that power along to the government to do it against your will? That's really, I think, at the core of it. And when we understand that the government can't get a power that we don't have, really the only thing that we have is to defend and uphold our rights as individuals.
3 seconds. Terrific. Councilwoman Omega, what is the proper role of government?
I honestly thought Dennis summed up everything, so I thought I was going to get another question. No, because there was so much that he said that I definitely agree with. I think the most profound thing that he said throughout the entire response is that the issue or main concern that I think a lot of our community states is thinking that if the government doesn't do it, it's not going to be done. And I think that this is where the onus of us as the people has really been exaggerated. These are where our concerns have grown from, with this misunderstanding or appreciation for the roles of the people that are supposed to be here to represent us, not us representing them or their thoughts and their processes. I think that the role of the government should be a supportive institution. It should be one that is able to be influenced, not one that is doing the influencing. And I absolutely think that the bigger our issues become, it should not be mirrored by a government that has just as many issues facing it. Government should be a form of a place that solutions are found, but it should be more community-led. I really think we get it twisted, and we get it twisted at a very early age because of politics doing too much to influence policy and not the other way around. Policies are more homegrown. Policies are community-driven. Policies are even ways of structures that you come up with your own families. I think we create bigger issues as a people and as a nation, absolutely, ultimately, when we take or we lose sight of how to create solutions within our own areas, our own families, our own businesses, and we say, hey, we shouldn't continue to allow a governing body to do it. We're out of touch a little bit. And I think that it's about those core principles being reinstilled, the re-education. It's conditioning that is doing nothing but encouraging a bigger government and more involvement, and not as much as being supportive of what our community's needs are. They're not being met, they're not being even addressed anymore.
Thank you.
Those are needed. Thank you very much. Councilwoman Bueno, what is the proper role of government?
So, as Courtney said earlier, I think they both touched on exactly what we all kind of feel. The role of government should be very small. Should be, the court system should be our defense within of the United States with human reason. And keep it as small as we can.
There was probably a mistake giving you 3 minutes to answer that, because I don't think a libertarian can speak for 3 minutes on what the government should do.
That's true.
But, thank you. You don't have to fill up the 3 minutes.
Do we need government?
Okay, so, Marialexandra Garcia, what is the proper role of government?
I just asked, do we need government?
Okay. That was the answer. Terrific. Okay, so now I have a few other questions. I'm just going to run down the line, and this one's going to be similar. I'll ask this. Let's Let's go the other way down. So we'll start with Marialexandra Garcia this time, since she was quite terse in her last answer. Very succinct. Study after study finds that although Miami-Dade has a thriving, growing economy, many residents' earnings struggle to keep pace with the cost of living here. How can this issue be addressed without government intervention?
I just had this conversation with somebody this afternoon, how if the government steps back, the market takes care of itself. And it's not, the market isn't external power. The market is us. If you don't like what somebody's selling in their store, you don't like the way they do business, you stop giving them money. If enough people stop giving them money, they go out of business. The market took care of the problem. When it comes to housing or well, if we talk about housing specifically, if the government stepped out of the way and let people do what they wanted with private property, we'd probably solve a lot of the issues here. If people were allowed to rent their own property as they pleased, if people were allowed to rent on short-term rentals as they pleased with their own private property, we'd probably solve a lot of those issues right off the bat because the market takes care of itself without government intervention.
Okay, thank you very much. And we'll just go down the line to Martha Bueno. The next question is, in 2016, voters in Florida overwhelmingly passed a constitutional amendment to legalize medical marijuana, yet access hadn't been mired in legislation and court cases. Why wasn't this enough, and what needs to be done?
I only have 3 minutes. I can talk about marijuana.
Well, she gave up about 4 minutes between her 2 answers, so go ahead.
So in 2016, the law that was passed was for a medical marijuana. However, it created a vertical system in the market. So what that means, vertical market, is the people who receive licenses, and at that time it was only 5 or 8. They have to grow, cultivate, process, distribute, open up dispensaries. They have to do everything, transport. There is nothing that they can outsource. So if they can't do it all at once, it can't be done. It's just, they can't buy it, they can't bring it in. So an example would be Oregon has an abundance of marijuana. Doesn't matter if it's medical or not. They have an abundance. They're actually selling it really cheap. Florida, we don't have any. We can't keep flower in the dispensaries. We don't have enough for the patients. So instead of being able to bring it in or have somebody that wants to grow it on their own land, or, you know, the solutions that markets generally have, we can't do that in this process. So at the moment, patients aren't getting what they need. And anybody who wants to grow, anybody that wants to be part of this business, which, I mean, the people that have been underground for years know this business. They know what they know how to grow it, they know how to make it, they know how to do it, and they are out of the market. In order to buy a license right now in the state of Florida, you need about $75 million. And that's just for the license. That's not to get a piece of land to be able to grow and cultivate. And you know, that law was just pretty silly. It's kind of like asking the Gap to manufacture all of their clothes and have airplanes to fly all their clothes to their stores and trucks to distribute, and then they have to sell only their store and they can't sell anywhere else. I mean, the law that was created is so backwards, and the only people who are suffering are the patients in Florida. They are currently paying, I think it's about $300 an ounce, maybe more. And if anybody that smokes knows that probably, if you have cancer and you're smoking for pain relief, that will maybe last you a week. So I don't really know a lot of people that are fixed incomes, veterans, people who are suffering with medical conditions that can afford it. So the law really was designed for those corporations, and it's really affecting the population. So taking it a step further, there's a new ballot initiative. There's actually 3 that the people of Florida are trying to get passed. One is Regulate Florida, the other one is Floridians for Freedom, and the last one is, unfortunately, called MILF.